Hey guys, I was thinking today I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on with me and my life and a project I've been working on for a long time. I decided about about 8 months ago to start my own automotive shop while working full-time as a mechanic at a dealership. It's been pretty crazy. There's been lots of ups and downs. Thankfully more ups than downs, but yeah, it's been quite a journey. Now, I decided to do this 8 months ago. I've found a building. I right away started setting up shop, buying the equipment that I needed to buy in order to do the work that was required. Now that's definitely a really expensive endeavor, so if you're strapped for cash, I'm not gonna say it's not doable if you don't have a bunch of money, because I've done it kind of on a bit of a budget, and I think that's pretty cool because you can actually do a lot of jobs without a lot of stuff, but just know it's gonna take longer, it's gonna be harder, it's gonna make you less profitable and whatnot. I think my personal opinion is, if you're young enough and you have the drive and the will, there's no reason why you can't dominate the automotive industry. There's a lot of old school mentality guys, a lot of shitty shops, that do shoddy work, and there's definitely room for opportunity. Now, it's funny because I'm not a super I'm not like a super smart guy. I was never incredibly smart in school or anything like that. And but I look at a lot of young entrepreneurs that are trying to come up with the next Uber or the next Lyft or the next tech startup kind of thing. I see the service-based businesses get neglected, and not a lot of young guys actually want to bring what they have to the table and perform. It is a huge, it's not for everybody, obviously, and you got to be a certain type of way, and I believe that you need to have that burning desire to do what you need to do in order to grow your business, and you got to make the sacrifices with either your friends or traveling or even relationships and whatnot. But there's opportunity here. So check out the shop tour. I'll try to explain it the best I can, and just know that you don't really need a bunch of money or a huge shop or just to get started. You can get started, you can work on the side, you can just build up some clients, you can even work out of your garage. Just get something going. So before I show you everything, I just want to explain my situation. Starting a business kind of with my neck on a mile. I didn't really want to get in over my head with overhead, so I decided to start out in a smaller shop, and it's pretty cool to show you don't really need much to actually start a business, and especially an automotive service repair business. You don't need a ton of revenue, and you don't need a ton of building or a ton of equipment. As long as you can provide a good service to your customers, safe, high quality repairs, that's really all that matters. So I'll give you guys a tour. Now, this is at an insane point. I'm super busy, but I want to show you kind of the shop. So pretty much right here, this door is a 10-foot door. That door over there is a 9-foot door. So that's kind of my import small car bay, and then this is where I do pickup trucks. But the circumstance right now is that I have that pickup truck, and I'm working on that over there because this Monte Carlo, has the engine out currently, and I'm waiting for parts. So this one's dead, and I had to get that job in. So this is pretty hectic. This is what as hectic as it gets in here. But I think it's a good point to actually show you guys, and I'll just kind of do a walk around and explain, what I've done so far, and maybe it can motivate some of you guys to show that you can actually do this with not a lot of equipment. So with all the new power tools like the electric tools, Milwaukee makes and stuff, you don't need a ton of air. So I just have a little junky compressor that's enough to use like a blow nozzle and like a die grinder, just like to clean up stuff. That's all I use that for. I don't even know the specs on it, but it's super small. Definitely needs to be upgraded. Will be upgraded. It just got me going essentially. So it's got baseboard heat. I don't use it too much. Kind of like whatever eye wash, first aid kit, stuff like that. What was nice about this building is that it had a bunch of shelving set up, as you can see here, which makes it really nice. So essentially for my servicing, all my service items, as you can probably tell, I got coolant and oil, washer fluid, brake clean, tubes of grease, like all your general fluids, transmission fluid, diff fluid. I got a small stock of filters up there, some more oil, brake fluid, more filters, whatnot. I kind of have a little desk area set up. Like I said, it's messy right now. I got my payment machine. Customers like paying with Visa, which I'm okay with. All my credentials are up on my desk, so there's my certification and my motor vehicle inspection card. Bought a good printer. I just run a junky little laptop. I run all my shop management. I'll actually link below the shop management program I use, which is really good if you're first wanting to start up a shop. It's cheap. Well, it's not super cheap, but it's cheap. But the most important is that it's easy to use, which is, when you're running a business, it's time kind of becomes everything, and organization is also everything. So the more organized you can stay, the better off you'll be. I've bought a lot of stuff in those cases, or just specialty tooling. Yeah, whatever gets you by can get you by. But if you're going to be using a tool repeatedly, you're going to want to buy some high quality stuff. You can see how crowded it is in here. Like this bay is actually pretty deep. Like as you can tell, like with all this stuff out of here, you can actually pull a full size pickup truck all the way up to the front, which is nice. But it is cramped. And the funny part is I don't even have a hoist, right? Like I'm doing all this stuff on the ground. But if I had a hoist, I mean, you could be a lot more productive and whatnot. But this is what's getting me started right now, and it's working because I've had a big rush of customers, and I've been doing some pretty meaty jobs here. Like this job right here, it's a 3.4 liter. I'm doing a used engine swap because customer lost the engine due to like a super severe overheating event. So it was just more economical to put a used engine in, which is fine. Here's like the main card I work out of. I got all like snap-on ratchets and stuff like that, and I got all the Milwaukee tools, which is super, super nice. And like for equipment-wise, you don't gotta go crazy. You just gotta know what you need. If you're at the point where you want to start your own business, I'm sure, but you have to kind of understand what you're getting yourself into, because if you think you have an understanding, it's going to be about 10 times the pain once you're here, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like I know the idea at the end of the day for most people is probably time freedom and financial freedom, but you better be willing to buckle down for a few years off the bat and give up, make a lot of sacrifices, and hopefully it pays off in the end for most people. But I know, like just the stress and the dealing with customers and whatnot can definitely be mentally taxing. And then also, if you're the only guy working, then you gotta also do all the repairs and all the service writing, all the parts ordering, and you gotta, your name's on everything that goes out of this door, so you gotta make sure that you're up to snuff. But so I got this truck in here right now in this bay, and this is absolutely absurd. But you can see how tight it is up front there. This is the job I got going on in this thing. This is a heater core on a 13 Dodge Ram. I'm not really I've never been one to be afraid of taking on any job, and to be honest, this thing it's pretty intimidating looking, I will say, but it actually turned out, it's not too bad of a job, I guess. You just got to be patient and not rush it. But yeah, there's the used engine going in that Monte Carlo, and yeah, it's kind of nice too. Like if you come over here, there's my AC machine I bought. And the other thing too, guys, I will make a point. When you're buying equipment, don't always go into debt buying the latest and greatest stuff. Like, you know, this machine probably retails for $5,000. I got it for $1,200 used, lately used off a guy. Like, you can, if you hunt around, you will be able to find the deals. You just got to be willing to be patient and put the time and effort into it. So, toolboxes, I have one box right there. I got my cart, and then there's another big toolbox back there that also doubles as a workbench. Fuck, this shop is really messy. This shop also has like little living quarters and whatnot. It's got like a little fridge, bathroom, stove, whatnot. It's a little lunchroom. It's definitely, you feel overwhelmed a lot of the time, to be honest, and I feel like, you know, I've been doing this for about 8 months, and for whatever reason, commitment, or I haven't given up and I haven't looked back, and I've seen a lot of wins. You know, obviously a few losses, and that's just the industry, but yeah, it's important